heck is an NFT? In this video, I'll tell you exactly what they are and why they bring in a lot of money. Welcome to Crypto Housewife. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe. Okay, let's just get right into it. NFTs are not like a stock or a bond where you have a quantifiable idea of the intrinsic value of the investment aside from its market value. They have a market value that's driven purely by what the crypto community is willing to pay for them. So this was said in May 2022. So their market value, NFT's market value, is driven purely by what the crypto community is willing to pay for them. Number one, the crypto community is growing, and it's not just crypto people involved in it. There's art collectors, music lovers, gamers. Well, gaming would be probably more crypto, but you get my point. It's growing, the audience is growing, the market's growing, but still, what the heck is an NFT? An NFT, a non-fungible token. You hear this everywhere, and if you don't know about crypto and you're not into blockchain, and it's like, what are they talking about? So let's dig right into this, and I'm going to tell you what an NFT is. So non-fungible tokens explained. Let's just go over here onto Forbes real quickly. So NFTs seem to be everywhere these days, from art to music to tacos to toilet paper. These digital assets are selling like 17th century exotic Dutch tulips. Oil paintings, some for in the millions. Okay, but an NFT, it's just like a file. It's like a place on a blockchain, kind of like a JPEG in the cloud, up in the cloud, stored on the cloud, to give you a rough idea. So it's not something that's framed, painted on canvas in oil, a work of art and hanging on your wall. No, it's different. It's a digital thing. It's in most cases a digital asset. They don't always go up in value, as we will soon find out. But are NFTs worth the money or the hype? Some experts say they're a bubble poised to pop, like the .com craze or Beanie Babies. Others believe NFTs are here to stay and that they will change investing forever. I happen to be one who believes that NFTs are still in the infancy. We're just starting to see what they could develop into. We're really at the beginning. So what is an NFT? An NFT is a digital asset that represents real-world objects like art, music, in-game items, and videos. They are bought and sold online, frequently with cryptocurrency, and they are generally encoded with the same underlying software as many cryptos. Although they've been around since 2014, NFTs are gaining notoriety now because they are becoming an increasingly popular way to buy and sell digital artwork. All right, the market for NFTs was worth a staggering $41 billion in 2021 alone, an amount that is approaching the total value of the entire global fine art market. What? 41 billion? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a huge statement. Okay, NFTs are also generally one of a kind, or at least one of a very limited run, and have unique identifying codes. Essentially, NFTs create digital scarcity. And what else? This stands in stark contrast to most digital creations, which are almost always infinite in supply. Hypothetically, cutting off supply should raise the value of a given asset, assuming it's in demand. Okay, does that enlighten you? Maybe not. Okay, so let's just jump over here. What the heck is an NFT? You stole my title. Okay. So non-fungible. So NFT equals non-fungible token. NFTs more or less means that it's unique and can't be replaced with something else. In contrast, fungible would be something you own and could trade with something that is exactly the same. So money is fungible because if I gave you 10, you gave me 10, we would have the same thing. But if you gave me a signed Babe Ruth baseball card and I gave you a signed Britney Spears poster, I think we'd agree that it's not the same thing. The latter items are non-fungible. The token part of NFTs has to do with the digital nature of this asset. So the token has to do with the digital nature of it. Okay, NFTs live on a blockchain. That's what I was mentioning. That's why it feels like it's out in a cloud, so to speak. Blockchain, most commonly comes up in discussion on how digital currencies like Bitcoin are made, but blockchain technology can store signatures or intellectual property. So that's another whole area to dive into, blockchain. Okay, so what can be an NFT? Pretty much anything digital art, music, tweets, anything. Currently the hype is around art, so let's double click on some of that. Okay. And okay, for example, a Gucci Ghost GIF. So it was an NFT that sold for $3,600, is now reselling right now at $16,300. So a Gucci Ghost GIF. Okay, let's just jump into an example of an NFT. I called it up already for you. So here we go. This ghost here. So let's jump over here. So this, you can just imagine it's an NFT, kind of like a file. It's on the blockchain. Somebody would own it, and it'd be probably kept on a wallet. It would be kept on a wallet, actually, and it would be unique, one of a kind, and owned by one person. So, and in theory, no one can take it from you unless they hacked your wallet somehow. So in this case, Gucci Ghost Yellow Aqua. All right. Original listing was for $200. All right. Released November 27, 2020. So today is June 22nd, 2022. So 2 years ago, let's just say. All right. Now we can go back here and see the transactions. So originally created on the Ethereum blockchain by KSTIX. So this ghost was created and put up for grabs for $200. And well, created for, I don't know, whatever, $200 was the start. And then they listed it for sale. The same person listed it for sale for $5,000. Guess it didn't sell, dropped the price, $1,950. Dropped the price to $1,000. Whoops. Tiffany Tanis bought it from KSTIX for $1,000. Tiffany Tanis decides to list it for $3,600. Danny bought it from Tiffany Tanis for $3,600. And Danny put it up for grabs for $16,300. Okay, so you can see there's a history. It shows it's every time it changed hands, it will show, and it's embedded on the blockchain. So there's the provenance is right there. So was that a good investment? You know, you can't reach out and grab it. It's like a file basically. And as you know, files can be like music files. It can be a lot of different things. And because it has a unique spot on a blockchain, nobody else can get into it, access it, or anything like that. That's what makes it kind of unique and kind of it's so out there. That's why nobody just understands it right off the bat. They have to be really told what an NFT is. Okay, so that's our Gucci Ghost. So we've already been there. Let's go over here. Pros and cons of investing in NFTs. Well, this was March 9th, 2022, April, May, 3 months ago. Okay, so should you invest in non-fungible tokens and NFTs? So you have to remember now, where are we in the crypto market? Because a lot of crypto players buy into NFTs because we're into crypto. We're into cryptocurrencies. We're watching the price of things go up. We're watching the price of things go down. In the last 6 months, the cryptocurrency market, just like the stock market, has been going down. And I'll show you something after about another NFT where the price has gone down significantly. So, but at the same point, the price of crypto is down. Okay, so pros and cons of investing in NFTs. Should you invest in non-fungible tokens? If you've heard about non-fungible tokens, then you might have thought about investing in them. But what does that really mean to invest in NFTs? And what are the pros and cons? All right. For starters, investing in NFTs is a misnomer because NFTs by themselves are not exactly an asset class. NFTs use blockchain technology to digitally signify ownership, making an NFT more like the title to a car rather than the car itself. Interesting. Just like you would buy a card just for the paper title that comes with it, it's not smart to buy an asset just because it's been tokenized into an NFT. That's right. Just because you can buy something in NFT form doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you should. Oh well, I bought an NFT. Then therefore it's going to go up. Win Lambo. Doesn't work like that. So that doesn't mean that investing in tokenized assets is strictly a bad idea either. If you identify an asset that appeals to you and have the funding, then maybe you should buy it. If ownership of an asset happens to be tokenized, then you can likely enjoy the additional benefits associated with the NFTs. But make sure to also understand the risk too of NFT investing. And believe me, there are some risks. So here you go. Here's some pros. Anyone can invest in NFTs. NFT ownership is secured by blockchain. Opportunity to learn about blockchain technology. Yes, there is. Cons. NFTs are not an asset class. NFT generation is highly energy intensive. And they may need to own Ether. Okay, that's true. Because if you buy an Ethereum-based NFT, or no, that's not how I should say that. Depends where it's sold, what auction house you're buying it on, what chain it was actually built on. For example, I've created a few NFTs just for the fun of it, just to see if I could do it, and I did it on the Cardano blockchain, and it was the easiest thing to do. And believe me, I'm not exactly going to create a play to earn video game. I know a bit about computing, but I know a lot about art. So, and I know about Photoshop and a lot of things like that. So it kind of came easy to me. I had to learn how to list the things. I had to learn how to basically turn my JPEG image into an NFT. And then I had to be able to get it to the point where I could put it up for sale on an NFT marketplace. And so there, depending on what kind of, how you want to be paid, and depending on whatever blockchain it was made on, you may have to buy Ethereum. It's true, you may not. But the Cardano blockchain and NFT world, cheap gas fees. That's the beauty of that. In general, Ethereum-based NFTs and market, when Ethereum has to change hands, there's going to be a cost. Okay, the gas fees are just more expensive, so you can expect that. So that would be a con. You may need to own ETH. Cardano, well, they should put pros. If you buy a Cardano NFT, well, cheap to change hands. All right, the pros of investing. So anyone can invest. All right, cons. We got to that. All right. Bottom line is NFTs have pros and cons, but it's probably a bad idea to invest in any asset just because it's tokenized. Yes, we already did that. Are they a good investment? Just because it's tokenized into an NFT is not a good idea. NFTs by themselves are not investments. So make sure you understand the value of the underlying asset that you are buying before you purchase the NFT. True enough. Okay, so don't just buy it just because there's a picture of an ape on it. It might not be by Bored Ape Yacht Club. So, all right. So have I kind of, I don't feel like I've explained it enough. So just an overview here. This NFT, in other words, it was a file of this image stored on a blockchain, changed hands to the point where somebody's asking over $16,000 for it. It's a Gucci ghost. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You tell me. Is it worth it? Well, some people think it is. And all right, let's just jump over here. Okay, crypto news. So this is breaking news, kind of. So a rare CryptoPunk NFT. Here it is. This is what it looks like. Listed for less than half the price paid 4 months ago. Okay, so what's crossing your mind? Maybe this sold for a few $100. Just some pixels, some purple. How long did it take to make this in Photoshop? Well, the owner of the CryptoPunk number 5822, one of only 9 alien punks in the collection, has listed the NFT for sale at 9,000 Ethereum. 9,000 Ethereum, or 9.9 million US dollars, which is less than half the dollar price paid 4 months ago. Yeah, so somebody's going to list it and lose on it. Half. So you tell me, good investment? It's a CryptoPunk. It's rare. But again, what's going on now in the crypto world? The market's down. Bitcoin the other day dropped down to 17,000. That spooks the market. People get nervous. They're like, okay, maybe I should sell my digital assets. Just like, say, oil paintings. There are times when people are just shelling out big bucks for oil paintings as an investment piece. And then they'll turn around and sell it. If they think the market's crashing, they might try to, sell out of it so that they don't lose as much. Same with crypto NFTs, I think. So it could be something like that. So, yeah, and get a load of this. So the previous owner, okay, so this guy here who bought this one, who's selling it for almost 10 million US now at a loss of about 10 million. So the guy who sold it to him originally bought it for only $1,600. So now you see what's going on. You see, people they speculate with NFTs. They try to get in kind of low, period, to flip them. But you can get burned. In 2021, it was a lot easier to do this than so far in 2022. But we'll see. Time, like say crypto market's down, things can change. So yeah, so that's where we stand there. So 1,600, flipped it to 23 million. Now the guy who bought it for 23 million is trying to get 9.9 million for it. So it's not always a happy ending. Not always a happy ending, like Gucci yellow aqua ghost. Started out here, somebody sold it for 1,000. Somebody sold it for 3,600. Now someone's trying to sell it for 16,000. Unreal. So that's about it. Okay, in a nutshell, what the heck is an NFT? Well, it's a non-fungible token. It's stored on a blockchain. You would pay for it probably in cryptocurrency from one, on an NFT marketplace. So you'd have crypto in a wallet, and you would buy it, and then suddenly that NFT would wind up in your wallet. And why it's in your wallet? It's out there it's actually on a blockchain. It's like in a cloud, let's just say, but it's really on blockchain. That's where it's stored. Let's say you make a Photoshop JPEG today. Make a Photoshop JPEG. It looks like I don't know, Gucci ghost, like this. Okay, I just sketched it out. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it on my hard drive. But nowadays I could save it to the cloud somehow, on a cloud. Apple cloud storage out in the ether. Well, in a way, you can kind of look at your NFT being stored out in the ether on a cloud. But it's really, we call it blockchain. It's actually a blockchain. It's different, but it's just to give you an idea that it's out there. Okay. All right. So what the heck is an NFT? I'm going to wrap it up because I'm getting tired. An NFT is good investment or bad. I think it depends on the crypto market, and I think it depends on how excited people are about the NFT. Pros and cons. I'll tell you one thing, that's a big con. If you never traded crypto before and you just jump into NFTs, I can almost guarantee you're going to get burned. You got to research before buying an NFT, research before trading cryptocurrency, and do a lot of research on what's going on, and the trend is your friend. Which direction is the crypto market trending at that time? Just look at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? Get a feel for the market. And also, if it depends on what your idea is. Is it to hold an artist like Damien Hirst, a famous artist, just to snap up one of his NFTs and then just keep it in your wallet for years and years, and then think about it and say, hey, I wonder if it appreciated? Or do you actually want to try to buy low and try to flip NFTs? There's a big business on that. But yeah, so there are pros and cons, but the more you know, the less odds that you'll get burned. All right, so again, if you like this video, subscribe, And remember, none of this is financial advice. I just wanted to get to the bottom of what the heck is an NFT. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.